Mariano Rajoy has given the Catalan government days to drop an independence bid. The move will likely deepen the confrontation between Madrid and the northeastern region, but also signals a way out of Spain's biggest political crisis since the failed military coup in 1981. Dr. Nathan Jones, a Spanish politics expert at Nottingham Trent University, told Express.co.uk the announcement by Catalan President Carles Puigdemont to respect the independence vote, but to suspend the actual declaration to allow time for dialogue with Madrid, has given Spain pause for breath. The Catalan president is, however, under pressure to declare independence as soon as possible from some members of the governing coalition in the Catalan regional parliament, as well as many pro-independence voters. Rajoy is continuing his approach of refusing to negotiate over the issue of independence because he has the support of other European governments and the EU. In addition, practical difficulties surrounding the establishment of an independent Catalan state make it easier for the Spanish Prime Minister to continue to put the ball back in Puigdemont's court, potentially weakening his position and thus triggering early regional elections in the event of the pro-independence governing coalition breaking up. As a result, this strategy is a gamble though, as Rajoy's uncompromising stance may galvanize more voters into supporting independence. Either way, the impasse between Madrid and Barcelona is set to continue for the time being. Mr. Rajoy would probably call a snap regional election after activating Article 155 of the Constitution that would allow him to sack the Catalan regional government. Getty Mr. Puigdemont issued a symbolic declaration of independence from Spain on Tuesday night, but the Catalan leader is set to fight back. Mr. Puigdemont issued a symbolic declaration of independence from Spain on Tuesday night, but then immediately suspended it and called for negotiations with the Madrid government. Mr. Rajoy made a televised address to the nation yesterday after a cabinet meeting was called to consider the government's response. He said the cabinet has agreed this morning to formally request the Catalan government to confirm whether it has declared the independence of Catalonia, regardless of the deliberate confusion created over its implementation. Protesters in Spain took to the streets to demonstrate against the referendum. He later told Spain's parliament the Catalan government had until Monday, October 16 at 0800 GMT to answer. If Mr. Puigdemont was to confirm he did declare independence, he would be given an additional 3 days to rectify it, until Thursday, October 19 at 800 GMT. Failing this, Article 155 would be triggered. It is not yet clear if the Catalan government will answer the requirement, but it now faces a conundrum, analysts say. If Puigdemont says he did proclaim independence, the central government will step in. If he says he did not declare it, then far-left party CUP would probably withdraw its support for his minority government. Antonio Barroso, deputy director of the London-based research firm Teneo Intelligence, told CNBC Puigdemont's first reaction has been to insist on establishing a bilateral dialogue with Spain with no prior conditions. Backpedaling on independence would only lead to an even bigger disappointment within the secessionist camp. Given that Rajoy cannot accept a bilateral discussion without Puigdemont backtracking first on independence, the most likely scenario is that the Prime Minister activates the next steps of Article 155, the so-called nuclear option, which will probably happen within the next 48 hours. Rajoy has two objectives. If Puigdemont remains ambiguous, the pro-independence movement will get more fragmented. If Puigdemont insists on defending independence, then Rajoy will be able to apply Article 155. Either way, Rajoy's aim would be to first restore the rule of law in Catalonia, and this could at some point lead to early elections in the region. However, losing Catalonia, which has its own language and culture, would deprive Spain of a fifth of its economic output and more than a quarter of exports. Invoking Article 155 to ease Spain's worst political crisis in 4 decades would make prospects of a negotiated solution even more remote. A spokesman for the Catalan government in Barcelona said on Wednesday that if Madrid went down this road, it would press ahead with steps towards statehood. Catalan government spokesman Jordi Turull told Catalonia Radio, "We have given up absolutely nothing. We have taken a time out, which doesn't mean a step backwards, or a renunciation or anything like that.